Welcome back everyone to the EcoVadis series. So we just had Stephanie introducing EcoVadis on why you should use EcoVadis, how to use EcoVadis. Now it's time to get to interaction. Now it's time for the EcoVadis assessment itself and to dissect really what this assessment entails. Stephanie is going to break it down now for us. Stephanie, take it away.
Thanks, Mark. So let's start at the beginning, registering your organization. This can be done on the EcoVadis platform, and because EcoVadis requests details about your industry, company size and location, the questionnaire that you receive will be quite specific to your business activities. When registering your organization, it's important to consider the scope at which you would like to be assessed. You could undertake the assessment at group level, entity level, or site level. Group level is suited to organizations with multiple entities who would like one combined scorecard that covers all subsidiaries. Entity level is suited to organizations who do not have any subsidiaries, for example, or a company with only one site, or a company which is a group but would prefer each entity to undertake individual assessments. And site level is an assessment that looks at a specific geographic site or a facility of a legal entity. Now, it's important that you set up your assessment to be in line with the scope of your organization, as the answers and documentation that you'll provide in the questionnaire must reflect the correct scope of the organization being assessed. So, you've registered your organization and set up your questionnaire. What's next? It's time to take a look at your questionnaire, and you'll notice that the questions are structured around 4 key sustainability pillars: environment, labor and human rights, business ethics, and sustainable procurement. Within these 4 pillars, you will find all questions are focused on 3 main indicators: policies, including objectives and targets, actions and procedures in place to reach these objectives, and reporting to review progress towards these objectives. Now, because your EcoVadis questionnaire is open for a limited period of time, it's really important to review your questionnaire well in advance to understand how to answer each question. Which leads me to another important step in the assessment process: gathering documentation. EcoVadis is a documentation-based assessment. This means that for every question you respond to, you need a document as proof. So for example, EcoVadis might ask if you have a formalized policy document on the topic of child and forced labor. You might then submit your company's modern slavery statement as proof of this. You could gather relevant materials like standard operating procedures, employee handbooks, sustainability reports, or metrics dashboards as examples of other evidence. However, there is one important point to consider here. You can only submit a total of 55 new documents every year to the assessment. And this is quite a challenge that we often see with our clients, especially large companies, because prioritizing documents to choose the 55 most important pieces of evidence is no easy task. However, nice to note is that you get 55 new documents every assessment, and you can reuse the documents from your last assessment. So choosing the right strategy around how to prioritize your documents is paramount. The next step is answering the questionnaire itself. So for every question, you need 2 things: a document as proof and a comment. The comment can be used to explain the contents of the document and how it answers the question. For instance, for one of my large clients in the chemicals industry, we recently completed the assessment and used the comments to ensure that we broke down key technical details in a way that made it clear how the document supported the response. This is especially important if your policies or reports contain complex data, industry-specific terminology, or legal language. The clearer your explanation, the easier it is for EcoVadis to evaluate your response and give you the credit that you deserve. Keep in mind that any questions for which you do not have a supporting document will not count. A document is needed for every question in the assessment. So now the final step, submitting your assessment. Once you're happy with everything, go ahead and submit. EcoVadis will take about 6 to 8 weeks to review your assessment and provide your scorecard. And with your scorecard, you'll receive a breakdown of your performance across the 4 sustainability pillars, and you might even be awarded a medal. This is a great way to showcase your achievement to customers, partners, and stakeholders. But remember, the assessment isn't just about getting a score, it's also a tool to help you improve. So along with your scorecard, you'll receive highlights on what you're doing well, and more importantly, where you can take action to improve your sustainability management further. And that's it. You've officially completed your EcoVadis assessment journey.
Thank you once again, Stephanie, for the introduction on EcoVadis and how it really shows that your assessment is just the beginning of your sustainability journey. Next episode, we're going to focus on the sustainability management system. So stick with us, because there we're really going to look how you set your base of your sustainability strategy.